all my people.
Playing World of Warcraft for free has always been a concept that people have wished for. The sub-based system, though, clearly works. Otherwise, WoW would have gone free to play already. Back in March 2015, Blizzard introduced the WoW token. Players can buy this item with real money, slap it on the auction house, and others can buy it. The token covers 30 days of playtime. This token is how you can effectively play WoW for free. Admittingly, you need to either have an active WoW subscription in the first place to grab the token, or already have one in possession when you return to the game. The token itself can be rather expensive on the gold front. Right now it tends to hang around the 280,000 to 300,000 gold mark. Now, before you all panic and run around with thoughts of horror and anguish, I'm here to tell you that despite this scary gold amount, you can obtain this gold amount every 30 days.
But Wolf, how the hell can I earn that much gold?
I hear you scream from the alcoves. Simple answer, old raids, as much as you can. More complex answer, well, let's get into it. First off, you will need a character at max level, maybe with some gear behind them. My character at the time of this writing was fresh back into WoW after about a year break. So my eye level was barely acceptable, really, in my opinion. Sitting at around 840. That's nothing outstanding. It's far from it, really, when you see others at about eye level 900 now. For the purpose of this guide, I will not be playing the auction house. I'll be vendoring everything I obtain that is possible to do so. This gives us a better overall average of how much gold you can earn per week per character. Obviously, the more you play the game, the more gold you're gonna make. First off, we head to good old vanilla WoW. You have 4 raids here, which you can grind out with pretty much no effort at all. As expected from the first set of raids, the gold amounts will be, well, they're not that great, to be honest. Molten Core and a full clear will net you on average about 200 gold. Not to mention the transmog gear and pets you might find. The pets you should sell in the auction house, as some of them are worth a decent amount of gold. The 200 gold I got here did not include that amount, obviously, as the pets can sell for sometimes thousands. Blackwing Lair is even easier to solo these days than it was a year ago. The first boss was the only problem that used to be here. He's easy to deal with now though, with his egg destroying ability having no cast time or cooldown. You'll net another 200 gold here very easily. Again, maybe pets will drop, which will sell for a fair amount to boost that further. Heading over the sea, we have 2 raids next to one another. Ruins of Anchorage, I likely said that wrong, is a cakewalk for pretty much anyone. Just stomp everything in the raid and collect the loot. Make sure you open chests with keys you loot from bosses to give you bags of scarab charms. These now have actual value, unlike days of old. So they're worth looting and vendoring. A full clear here will net you slightly nicer 270 gold. For the little effort it takes, that's not too bad. Next door you have good old AQ40. And the same applies here. Make sure you open all the boxes you can. A full clear here nets you an average of 210 gold. Yep. It's a bit less than the ruins. Weird, but that's how it generally goes. Tactics here don't really apply. Just murder absolutely everything. Full clears of classic raids will give you a total of about 900 to 1000 gold for the little time and effort. That's not too bad, I guess. Trust me when I say, though, it gets a lot better. Heading off to the Burning Crusade raids, we have 8 different raids instead of the classics 4. First off, you have Karazhan. Make sure you enter through the front door, not the side. The side door is now for the new heroic version of the dungeon. A full clear of Karazhan is easy enough until you reach the chess event, which can be buggy at times. Right click the buff you receive for controlling a piece to lessen the chance the event fails. If all goes well, you will be looking at 500 gold for a full clear. And pets here can sell for a couple of thousand depending on different factors. Day of the week, server, etc. Next we have Gruul's Lair. No real trash mobs to deal with here, and only 2 bosses. So it's kind of expected to have such a weak payout at only 80 gold. This one takes literally minutes though. Then off to Magtheridon, who again is a single boss and the trash drop absolutely nothing. So the payout is weak. averaging about 60 gold a run. From there, it picks up again. Serpent Shrine Cavern is really easy to clear out. Make sure you learn fishing for one of the bosses. A full clear here nets you about 300 gold and a chance of pets. Tempest Keep. This one I used to run every week without fail. And no, I still don't have the damn mount from there. Anyway, full clear with no challenge nets you 200 gold. But a chance of that damn Phoenix mount. And one day, it will be mine. Next we have Old Hyjal. A raid which I sometimes forget even exists. A full clear here gets you about 300 gold. With a chance of pets too. Black Temple is a bigger raid with more bosses and a ton more trash. Also a chance for pets and those damn warglaves off Illidan himself, to which I've looted the same one about 5 times now. One day I'll get the other one. Anyway, full clear here, you're looking at about 500 gold, which is not too shabby. Finally, in the Burning Crusade, we have the Sunwell raid. Again, a chance for pets which sell for a few thousand with a bit of luck. A full clear nets you about 350 gold. You can get about 2,200 gold from Burning Crusade raids, which is a nice little earner. Things pick up drastically from here though. This is where you want to clear every week without fail for the best cash outs. Wrath of the Lich King raids are on the better scale of gold payouts. Some of the raids which lack bosses, as expected, don't give you as much. But the bigger raids are where the best gold amounts are found. It's worth clearing those raids on 25-man and heroic where applicable. Firstly, if your faction is not slacking off, you have Vault of Archivon. Archivon? Don't know how to say it. Either way, VOA. That one is the weak one to bother with in Wrath. The only real reason I bother with it still is because of the chance to get a mount. This one will net you about 200 gold, which is not bad considering how small the raid is. Next up's, and it's one of my favourites, Naxxramas. A full clear here grants you a whopping 1,300 gold on average, and is the best raid to earn gold with in Wrath. You can also get pets here, which can sell very nicely at times. I have all 30 slot bags on my main. Halfway through this raid, I have to pop outside usually and empty the bags. It's insane how much loot you can get in Naxxramas. There's no real challenge here either. It's all pretty easy to clear out. Next we have the Obsidian Sanctum. While it's a small raid with basically one boss, the payout is not too bad for it. About 130 gold on average, and a mount every time, which is useless if you already have it. But oh well. Off to another bad one for Wrath. And it's one of the worst. In fact, in Wrath, it shares its crappiness with another, which will be looked at in a little bit. Eye of Eternity will get you 50 gold on a full clear on average. It's a real easy raid to do, with some decent transmog. Past that, it's pretty much a waste of time though. Next, a good one to spend time on is Ulduar. Full clearing here is not a problem at all, and it will net you a tidy 1,100 gold. The first boss can also be salvaged if you're an engineer for a chance to get parts to craft the bike mount, and yay for that. Next, a raid that sometimes gets forgotten about, which is the Trial of the Grand Crusader. This one lacks any trash, just bosses. However, those bosses will give you about 600 gold overall, which is pretty nice. Then off to a crappy raid that everyone forgets exists, Onyxia's Lair. This out of the way crap fest will net you about 50 gold on full clear. Yes, there's a chance for a mount, but it's so far out of the way, it's hardly worth the effort. Next, a popular one for a few reasons, Icecrown Citadel. Here you can get a mount, which I still don't bloody well have, pets, and a decent stack of gold. Full clearing will give you about 1,000 gold on average, which is a pretty sweet deal, I think. Lastly, for Wrath, we have another one which is near on pointless. That being Ruby Sanctum. I never forgave Blizzard for this waste of time of a raid. The only redeeming factor is that it's next to the Obsidian Sanctum. Clearing this one out is about 90 gold on average, and the last boss does bug out on occasion, either giving you no loot, or you just can't kill it. I hate this place, I really do. So, a full clearing of Wrath stuff, it's about 4,500 gold on average. Not bad really, pretty much the best level of flying you can get paid for. So, you want more gold for less raids? Yeah, I thought so. Venturing off to Cataclysm raids is far more profitable. First off, if your faction controls it, is Baron Hold. 3 easy bosses with nearly no trash. Grants you a pretty 270 gold on average. It's nothing really to brag about though. Off to Black Wing Descent. This is an old one because there's not much trash here but a few bosses to murder. Full clearing it gets you about 1,000 gold on average. And this raid is really fast, with tactics not even required. Pretty good really. Bastion of Twilight will also grant you a favourable 1,100 gold on average. While it has more trash and less bosses than Blackwing Descent, it's a really easy clear, even on 25-man heroic, so the payout here makes it worthwhile. Also, pets. Now to a weak one in Kata, which is the Throne of the Four Winds. Yay for a chance of a mount, boo at the terrible gold. About 270 gold on clear, which is not too great. So, 2 raids left in Kata, and they are big ones, packed with trash and bosses and can give some of the best gold payouts. Goddamn doorbell. So I run downstairs for that stupid doorbell and they post it through the letterbox. Don't know why I bother. Where was I? I've lost my train of thought. Oh yes, firstly we have Firelands. I love this place. Despite running it like a bazillion times and still lacking a certain amount of Ragnaros, a full clear is about 1,600 gold on average. Again, a chance of pets here, which I never knew about until recently, which is pretty awesome. Now to the best one in Cataclysm, and one which you will need to follow tactics on to a certain degree for at least one fight. Dragon Soul on 25-man heroic is brilliant for gold. The only problem players might bump into here is on the spine of Deathwing. For that you may need to do a little bit of research. Once you know what you're doing though, it's easy enough. Full clearing on average nets you about 1,700 gold, with a few opportunities for mounts and pets. Dragon Soul is easily one of the better ones to spend time on here. Fully clearing Cataclysm stuff will get you about 6,000 gold on average per character, which I think is pretty nice. Now we have one tier of raids left, ones which you can do on 25-man heroic if you like, but these can require some degree of tactics to complete. I do these on 10-man heroic usually for speed and less hassle. Mr. Pandaria gives us 5 raids to plunder. First up, we have Mogoshan Vaults. This one gives you about 1,300 gold on clearance, with a chance of a mount. No pets though, sadly. Elegon used to be a problem here, but these days I just run in and wail on him and tactics just don't exist anymore. Heart of Fear, this one again doesn't require much thought. A full clear will net you about 700 gold, which is not bad. But it's certainly not great either for how big the raid feels once you're inside it. To the worst of the Pandaria tier is the Terrace of Endless Springs. This one lacks trash, has annoying bosses, and has a poor payout of about 400 gold. That's 400 gold if you're lucky. I skip this one usually just because of how annoying it is as a raid and how poor the gold is. Also, there is no real notable loot here to be had. Now to the good stuff. Oh yes, Throne of Thunder, last time I tried this, Animus would steamroll you unless you displayed knowledge of tactics. Yeah, not anymore. I was surprised walking into this raid of how easy it is now. You will pretty much stomp through anything here on 10-man heroic. 25-man might be difficult. I have not tried it yet personally. But a full clear on 10-man heroic gives you a bloody impressive 1,500 gold on average. Beware the snails in the raid though. They will still one-shot you if you get too close. And to end this raiding insanity, we have the Siege of Orgrimmar. Full clear here with not much in terms of tactics. Just hit stuff till it dies. The exception being Galakras, who you might need to research a bit on. Gives you another 1,500 gold on average. Mop raids will average about 5,400 gold if you take time to do them, which is pretty nice. If you do all the raids, you should be near, I would say, 20,000 gold a week per character. So you mathematical lot amongst you will already have come to the conclusion that after a month of raids, which can take you maybe 2 days of clearing per week, you're looking at about 80,000 gold a month for one character. That's not bad for doing everything solo in my opinion. So doing this on 3 characters a month, not to mention the decent stuff you get from just playing the game anyway, and if you take time to play the auction house, then yes, you can effectively turn WoW into a free-to-play game. Admittingly, it will consume quite a bit of free time. Sure, but it goes out there to prove it is manageable. To all you beggars who still exist in Stormwind, there you go. Go grind your own gold and stop annoying people. So to end this rather long dialogue, and as a closer, free max level characters, grind raids, sell pets on AH to supplement remaining gold you will need, and the game goes free to play basically, if you can spend the time doing it. I hope this video helped. It took me a few days of grinding raids on a few characters to get decent averages. It's been a tiring, but I hope rewarding experience. Back to doing some reviews from here I think for a bit. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you gold diggers next time.